The Illinois River, which winds through the heart of the Midwest state of Illinois, is an important waterway for agriculture.
Yeah, that's cable.
Well, that's the hitch.
Kevin Eubank is a park ranger for the Army Corps of Engineers Illinois Waterway Project. The Army Corps of Engineers has oversight for the lock and dam system along the Illinois River.
20 foot. The Illinois is a commercial navigation river. Its main purpose is to allow towboats, cargo carrying things to go up and down to deliver the coal, the corn, the soybeans, other raw materials that industry needs to keep operating.
It is not uncommon to see traffic disruptions on the river. Forces of nature, such as flooding and drought, have closed the lock and dam system before. But seldom has the closure resulted from a political dispute. And Eubank is unsure what a government shutdown would mean for the Army Corps of Engineers and the Illinois River.
We have not seen the official recommendation yet on how the navigation part of the Corps is going to deal with a potential shutdown.
Eubank says any decision to close the lock and dam system would have far-reaching effects beyond Illinois.
If the decision comes out that the locks will be shut down, then of course no boats will go through. Then the industries that depend on the river for their materials would be faced with having to find another way of getting it there. Moving cargo by truck usually costs close to 3 times as much as moving it by barge. So there could be a drastic impact on prices that people pay as well.
GrainAnalyst.com's Matthew Pierce is watching those prices closely at a time when food supplies around the globe are low and prices for commodities that travel the river, such as corn and soybeans, are high.
Third world countries are going to be affected most of all, with India and China the biggest problems on hand right now. In the last 2 weeks, we've seen China buy over 2.5 million tons of corn, and this is the largest import program they've had in over 7 years. So the countries themselves are making moves to curb food inflation that they have domestically, but the situation, I believe, is that right now consumption worldwide outpaces production.
Pierce says in addition to supply and demand concerns for commodities, the biofuels industry would take the biggest hit by a government shutdown.
But the biggest impact is going to be on the ethanol industry. The subsidies that come from the U.S. government float the ethanol industry right now, and without that, they're going to be running negative margins, which could impact corn demand.
Back at the Illinois Waterway Visitor Center, Carol and Robert Walker watch the wildlife as a commercial barge makes its way through the Starved Rock Lock and Dam. If a shutdown occurs, the visitor center would close, preventing people like the Walkers and thousands more from visiting the site.
Well, I think it's too bad. I think it's very, very sad that places like this and historic sites and parks are going to have to close down for a while.
The biggest impact of a government shutdown hits close to home with people like Ranger Kevin Eubank. As an employee of the Army Corps of Engineers, he is a federal employee, and his future is uncertain.
3 permanent park rangers here and 1 in Peoria would be left at home. We're told that we have to post closure notices on the visitor center here.
Eubank says during the last government shutdown in 1995 and 1996, there was little impact to the daily operations along the river, and everyone got paid. But the lack of a current agreement on a budget between lawmakers has created uncertainty about how the latest shutdown will impact commerce along the Illinois River and the rest of the country. Kane, Farabaugh, VOA News, Chicago, Illinois.